Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time I'm going to be talking about a newly shown Hot Toys figure, and it is Star Wars from Rogue One director Krennic. So this is quite exciting. This is something that I definitely wanted back in 2016, so it's taken quite a while for them to actually do it, and I certainly didn't expect them to do it ever, after Rogue One is over, especially since this character is a one-off. He was in one movie, and I actually really did enjoy the movie, but he'll never be in another movie again, from Star Wars. So I didn't expect them to do this, especially after a year went by with no director Krennic. But here we are. We actually have him. I'm very surprised in this, but I'm actually quite happy because I really did like director Krennic in the film. I really loved Rogue One for the most part. I think it's one of the best newer Star Wars movies. And Director Krennic was a really cool villain. I'm also a fan of the actor Ben Mendelsohn. He's great too. He's he's a villain in just about everything. I mean, literally, if you have like a suited body, you could just put that head on a suit body, and you could make him Nolan Sorrento from Ready Player One. You can make him the character from The Dark Knight Rises, and you can also throw some glasses on him, and you can make him like the human version of the Skrull in Captain Marvel. So like, there's a lot that you can do with that head sculpt, I have to say. And let's get right into the head sculpt. It's awesome. I really love the head sculpt. They nailed it, which is great because obviously Hot Toys is known for their head sculpts, and I feel like recently I haven't been able to say that they nailed a head sculpt in a while. Usually there's just either they're very off or they're pretty good, but it has a little something off. This one, though, I think is just spot on, and really from all angles, it completely looks like Ben Mendelsohn as Director Krennic, which is great. And that, of course, it's the best thing about Hot Toys, so whenever they nail a head sculpt, it's wonderful, I have to say. And they nailed this one. Expression-wise, it's a little blank. Sometimes like this, when he's looking at somebody, you're supposed to be looking at somebody, he comes across as a little blank. This is my least favorite picture. I don't know why they have the two of them not quite looking at each other, but just slightly looking at each other. They look really blank and dead. I wish that they were at least looking at the same direction, like they were looking at the Death Star or something. But by himself, the expression doesn't look too blank. It's really just when he is like supposed to kind of be looking at somebody that it looks a little odd, to be honest. As far as the costume looks really nice. Obviously, it's a pure white costume, similar to or exactly like the movie. He does come with like an interchangeable cape, like a rain cape type of thing, as they said it was. His costume looks a little wrinkly in some of these photos, I have to say. I don't know why it's not clean. Maybe it's just there's too much fabric. I don't know, but it does have this kind of wrinkly effect to it. I wish that it was a little bit more clean. Like this one, I guess the regular costume, the one like this one's quite clean. I think that looks nice, but the rain kind of coat one does come off as very wrinkly. I don't think I'd ever display him in the raincoat one. I don't think anybody really would. The regular one is his more iconic look, and it looks better in general. So I do like that quite a bit more, I must say. My only issue with the costume is that there's some shots where he's pointing or he's got his arm up, and it looks very strange. Like the amount of cloth that drags in between the arm and the chest is off-putting. It doesn't look natural, so that's an issue. However, that's something very small. I think that if his arms are down in any way, he looks pretty decent. So I am happy about that. And of course, he looks great with some Death Troopers. So if you have a couple Death Troopers in your collection, he's gonna look awesome, kind of commanding them. So yeah, so we can go over the items that he comes with. Here we go. So he doesn't come with, well, he actually comes with more than you'd expect, to be honest. He comes with the hat, which I think is very cool. That's something that he doesn't wear very often. I think he only wears it in one scene when he's talking to oh man, I'm blanking here. When he's talking to the other officer from the original trilogy, Tarkin. When he's talking to Tarkin, he is wearing like that hat, I believe. But I think that that's the only scene that he's actually wearing it in. He comes with his blaster, of course, and then he comes with a slew of hands as well as some little pieces that go onto his costume. He comes with a base and a little title card for the base, basically. And then he comes with an interchangeable rain gear attire, which is cool. Now, the rain gear, I guess that's a full new costume. Like, it's obviously a new cape, but I think that it's also a new a chest, like a new shirt type of thing too, because it looks so much more wrinkly than the other one. So I think that's just weird. I think it's odd that they would give you an interchangeable set of clothes for him. I'd prefer that they just didn't and make the figure a little cheaper, because man, I could care less about the rain attire. I don't think it looks very good at all. Oh, he probably wears the hat when he's on the when he kills Jyn Erso's father on that planet that's raining. So that's probably another moment where he wears the hat. But anyway, just like it doesn't look as good, like, by any means. It's not like from an iconic scene that you really need it, him to be like, you need like the rain gear attire. Nothing like that. So I would have preferred that they just did away with the raincoat attire and they just gave you the standard attire and called it a day, made it a little cheaper. I think I would have preferred that a bit more. But overall, this looks like a fantastic figure. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get this, just because he's a character from one movie. Now, it's a movie I do like, and I did like the character, but he's not like super iconic either. He's nice. Like, this looks like a good figure, and I do like the character, but again, it's from one movie, and that movie came out years ago now, so it's kind of like, I don't know. But that being said, like, I am buying Darth Maul, which again is the same type of thing, but Darth Maul is a little more iconic than Director Krennic, of course, even though I think that Rogue One is better than The Phantom Menace in general as a movie. But yeah, overall, I do like this one. Again, I want to see the price. It's not quite on pre-order as of the time of filming this, so I want to see the price. I'm hoping it's not too expensive. I would like this to be like 215, 225, but I think that it probably will be more in the realm of like 245 or so. But yeah, overall, liking the look of it. Don't know if I need it though, and therefore not quite sure if I'm going to end up getting it, but it's definitely on my maybe list. I'll definitely say that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this Hot Toys Rogue One Director Krennic, and thanks so much for watching.